PvE, PvP.
We're reacting to the stream. My phone was dying, so I kind of came late. But we're going back to the Prison of Elders. Getting a new SMG. And I forgot the other gun we're getting. But this is another part of the Prison of Elders, I think. But it's like a new area. A hive type area.
Yeah, especially when it's not even more damage. Yeah. Also, with regard to the new shotgun, obviously PvP.
There's also an emblem.
Some nice buffs. You were saying the repulsor brace.
Twitch drop emblem. I'll show you guys in a minute.
But at any rate, there was a lot these days.
So as you can see, there's a Twitch drop emblem. We begin in the stars.
There's also one of the reprised ones as well.
Make sure you claim that. Make sure it's claimed.
Grid Skipper. Yes.
Make sure your account is linked with Twitch. As you can see, I just claimed it.
I have
we begin in the
very
stars.
personal connection to this gun, so it was like one of my favorite things. I actually helped work on the original set of these. Yeah, when they first came out. But I did the rolls on these. Let's take a quick look. Got some classics from the past, but also some new rolls. Also, it's got a lot of options for both PvE and PvP. Get some Zen Moment, Headseeker for PvP, probably pretty
Pulse
nice.
Rifle's coming back.
My original
Splicer
classic
Surge with the
roll
new
is Killing
perk, I
Wind
think.
Multi-Kill Clip, which with the new Splice Origin will work pretty well. Yeah, I'm a compulsive reloader myself, so manning the pulse and getting that Splicer Surge going after a couple kills, it pretty much like negates the major downside of rapid fire pulses of being like pretty low handling and reload baseline.
That was a role you talked about.
We need some better enemies that warp. You guys need to go play No More Heroes. That game is crazy.
So with the past, talking about if you could have one weapon made a replica, what would you want? A bunch of other people said exotic, and I was the guy that said Grid Skipper.
I mean, it's a great answer.
Correct choice.
Yeah. There's no wrong choice in theirs, but yours was very correct. Let's be very clear.
A couple new PvE rolls as well. But, there's a lot to look forward to. I'm going to be grinding this a lot.
Yeah. I want to interject real quick because we were at a good time.
Yeah.
So this is the fire team went through it earlier, but this is a traversal section. So these are different than how they were in the coil. I also want to shout out every player who died to my spike traps in the coil.
You got like a little traversal section.
Don't feel bad.
There's a lot of grudges being built in chat right now in real time.
I know.
Does the new season come out today? I'm pretty sure we'll be playing that.
It's fun.
We live streaming twitch.tv/year1bleak.
Like 2 a.m. and it's me screaming at my ceiling. Noah, why did you do that?
Exactly. I see all the comments and I
just smiles. Yeah, he just feels bad. Warms up his coffee.
1080p for you guys.
The coil, but their goal is in Contest of Elders specifically, not Tomb of Elders, which is like one lab.
Yeah.
These have their own challenges that players have to complete. So for this one, it was kill every enemy, defeat every enemy that's there. There are some that's like collect a bunch of like fallen lights. I can't remember what they're called. They're like energy signals, or like defeat a boss within a certain amount of time. So there's just more things to kind of challenge you and make these, transitionary spaces a little bit more interesting. And so we have like the piece de resistance right here. My son, everyone will be very excited to see this. This is one of my favorite intros.
The grand reveal. Yeah, let's see here. And you were saying the Dread and the Taken are working together in this one, right?
I'd say that the Taken are kind of taking the helm of the Dread right now, not because like they're strong or anything, but because like Psylocke is just more experienced with the prison. I feel like
honestly,
he's he was a model inmate.
Yeah.
So they were like, we're asking from the best.
They hecka updated the Prison of Elders, get 2-3 new areas.
He was always available for work after hours. He was hanging out in the library, reading up on the law, right?
Yeah, he was doing his community service, all the works.
So what's the mechanic we're seeing to play here as well, by the way?
So this mechanic is a bad pun. So for everyone who loves Rift or really has even played Excision, instead of Spark Runner buff, it is Dark Runner, where you're picking up splinters. You're picking up darkness splinters that give you stacks of Dark Runner up to like ×3, where it'll say like Dark Runner max. And then you dunk them in a Rift. And it changes based on like the encounter. For the normal Dread encounter, does something different. But in this, Psylocke will have a shield.
Different objective. It's happening right now too.
Oh yeah, we got the Rifleman is a critical objective. And the thing with that is there will be clones of the Rifleman that spawn around the arena.
Yeah.
You have to find the real one. But the clone's damage is real too.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you're not in their line of sight.
Yeah.
All these critical objectives are meant to be pretty tough.
Yeah, they're not supposed to go easy on you.
Yeah, I mean, they're critical.
It's not the sandbox of elders, it's the tomb.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, thank you.
They die.
Loving how dynamic all this is too, because even like through our practice runs and all that, we've seen a bunch of different modifiers and different objectives pop up.
This is, if I was to describe what design's goal was for this in one word, it would be variable. There's so much that can change from a given run. Is really trying to embody roguelite to like its fullest. You'll have different pathways every time, which is like you'll go to different cell blocks in different orders.
Yeah.
You'll have different objectives that'll pop up, different critical objectives, and you'll have different modifiers and like all this stuff. And based on how well you do, the dynamic, like enemies are harder or easier based on how well you do. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and I hope players can I'm looking at Dado and Astacross, make a good guide for this.
Yeah.
Because this is a big one. But I think that the more people play, they'll kind of understand the mode a lot more, and there's a lot to offer, I think. And we're not going to show the treasure chamber, unfortunately, but that's kind of the whole thesis. We want everyone to get to that treasure chamber and feel like however they played, they can get paid out based on how well they did.
Definitely.
And my goal was, even if you're at the worst level, if you're at Warden's Punishment ×3, you're able to get to the max rewards in one lap.
Yeah. Just might take you a little bit longer.
Yeah, you just have to be kind of dialed in.
Yeah.
It'll be the phrasing of like, oh, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Exactly.
You got to earn these
You
rewards.
got to say it in a Varric's voice, though, too.
Oh, I'm not.
The
We'll get
Warden
back to
has so many lines. I want to shout out Olivia on narrative for writing all the lines.
Yeah.
He has, I think, I don't even know. I'm not going to, make a number up right now. But he has a bunch, and they range from being, I'm very proud of you, to, come on, man, you got to do a little better than that.
Yeah,
it kind of pushes you to kind of just want to make him proud.
Yeah.
Did we get any
He's
new
not
story
mad,
stuff
he's
today?
just disappointed.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Dylan is the father here.
Is the update
he's saying
today?
that to me.
I don't use the slang like you do.
I mean, I got that Skippity Ohio riz, unfortunately. But
What was that?
moving right along. Actually, while we have a second here, Taylor, I wanted to go ahead back to you.
Yeah.
Actually, we've got some new artifact mods joining this time around as well. Do you mind if we take a look and kind of walk through and see what we got here?
Yeah. So we've got the last episode. Sorry. We have a new row unlocking in Act 2. These are all close quarters themed. So we've got a discount for all your melee mods, an improvement to emergency reinforcements, which I think is you get a heal when you're low health. We've got
that's good.
a way to get armor charge while you're surrounded. The boost there gives you more weapon handling and charge rate for swords.
And the boost comes from tonics, right?
Yeah. So there'll be new tonics.
Nice.
This, I think, is a variant of one of the older mods that is when you break a combatant shield, you get an orb of power. And then the boost on this actually is going to be really nice, which is if you have an orb of power or elemental pickup or tangle, it gives you a bit of health, which kind of replicates the leg armor mods, which you can run both, or this can free you up a slot with that. I know run the Stasis Hunter with the new helmet, and that's going to be pretty good for that. Yeah. And also just for staying alive and this activity, since it's kind of spicy.
Someone who's been a very punchy punch hunter these days with my Rorschach build, as I call it.
Yep.
Those there's a lot of mods in this row that I'm really looking forward to having.
Tomb of Elders activities are very claustrophobic. I think shotguns in close range is definitely going to be king here.
I can't wait.
And we got the buzzword enemy density.
Yeah.
Yes, the density in Destiny is just getting there.
And then arc compounding, which I believe was maybe in an older artifact, which is arc sources deal more damage to blinded targets, which might actually pair really well with the changes that got done to Exteris, since the moths there will be blind to blind for yourself, and then also it's a grenade launcher, so it kind of gets to double dip with all the grenade
Nice, we're
launchers.
getting new
and to that end as well, quickly for anyone who may not read through every
new
patch
things.
necessarily, quick update. What were the changes you guys made to Exteris?
Yeah, we did some QL stuff, get a little bit more ammo, but the main thing was flattening out the projectile behavior a bit, so it goes a little bit higher velocity, less gravity, so you can more easily hit stuff from range. And then if you get multiple direct hits quickly, you also get a moth in the same way that you would on the kill trigger. So it'll scale into some higher difficulty content a bit easier, and it does some work if you have one big target to just lay into.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get back to some gameplay here in a second, but really quickly before we move on as well, we were talking before the show, there are some changes happening to roaming supers as well.
Yeah. So you may have seen earlier we had our Warlock here on Stasis Lock, but one of the things we're doing
What happened?
in this Act 2 patch is we're buffing all the roaming supers. So for context, that's like your Storm Trance, Vista Havoc, where you're in the super for a while, versus the one-shot supers like Nova Bomb, Tether, etc. We're making a change so that the damage-based rechargers, specifically in PvE.
Right. Yes.
Specifically
Only in PvE, not PvE.
You'll be charged like through active combat. You'll be charging the roaming supers, but like 2 to 3 times faster than normal.
Yeah.
So it's like a pretty big swing with the kind of the idea that you want to move these a little bit closer to your neutral game.
Yeah.
Or something you feel more comfortable popping like on cooldown.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you need to keep it for when you kind of need it. You can use it pretty actively because you can get it back ready.
Yeah.
Like relatively quickly.
Yeah, you used the, I think, a great analogy earlier of like, it's not the hyper potion in your backpack you hold on to forever because you need it.
We want to
boss
try
fight.
and break
Just
that habit.
use
We understand it's a hard habit to kick.
as someone, again, who uses the super basically only in the final phase of any boss fight.
Yep, it's years and years of Destiny have trained me very well to do that too. So it was interesting seeing in playtests because it took people a bit to kind of adapt to it. But once we got used to how quickly they're coming back, it was like a lot of fun because it opens up a lot more things too. Because like now there's a bunch of exotics that are tied to roaming supers that are just instantly more valuable without needing to change a whole lot of stuff.
Totally.
So it shakes things up. Get some options.
Yeah.
It sounds enticing for like Onslaught, Coil, Tomb of Elders.
Yeah,
like now you
the
have more
stuff
head
where
clear
you
stuff.
like
of Builders.
the objective is speed versus just like burst damage or something.
Right. Yeah, and just upping that versatility factor, honestly, of all of them, you know?
Just bringing some other stuff kind of back in the limelight.
Yeah, no, very excited. The build crafters out there in the audience, you've got your work cut out for you now. Go ahead and start adjusting those variables in your various spreadsheets and everything.
I was about to say the same thing. When
Yeah.
you see the spreadsheets, when I eat lunch, I sometimes just put on a video and I'm like, let me see what the meta is.
Care about. Dear Mactix, tell me what my build is today. Yeah, no.
Then you have Bjorndal internally where it's like, what's my meta going to be in a month? What should I start saving now?
I will admit, I had also, when I got a sneak peek at Alethanim, I went home that day and built like a stasis loadout just in preparation for it, more or less. The stand-in was I can't remember the name of it. At any rate, but the exotic scout rifle.
Oh wait, what? Demon's Tale or
from Season of the Deep?
Oh, Wicked Implement.
Thank you, Wicked Implement. There we go. This is.
Sorry, I had to.
Thank you.
Roll back my brain a bit.
I appreciate it. There's only one scout rifle in my brain, and it's just the dead man's tail. So
that's why we were just talking about that earlier. I went to that.
Yeah. All right, so we've obviously got a lot of great stuff arriving with the season in terms of the activity and weapons, but Dylan, I want to turn my attention solely to you. In addition to the cool content being added, you've got some notes prepared, I see. We've got some cool stuff to go ahead.
Have notes.
There it is. All right, everyone, get your memes going. We have got some cool stuff arriving in the form of, let's go ahead and start from the top. We're doing a partnership with Street Fighter coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about the cool stuff that we're going to have available through that partnership?
Maybe.
All right, well, what if I ask please, may you tell us?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, there we go. All
So
right.
you've seen a few things through gameplay. We have a bunch of cosmetics. Like the first thing you can see here is a wonderful set of ghosts. So we got your Cammy, Ryu, your Chun-Li. I wouldn't want my ghost to get into a fist fight with any of the bosses really, but that one looks like they could take.
The Ryu one's pretty swole, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch every face of the witness.
There's a lot, so you better get to work.
Yeah. And then one of our players has actually been running around with a Blanca helmet, which is, so it's not one class that gets this. It's going to be a universal ornament. The helmet goes on all characters, Hunter, Titan, Warlock, which is going to be great. And then with the roaming super changes, like, you can throw on your Titan Arc Super, you can throw on Storm Trance, and go and kind of role play with some of that electricity, right?
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, just really live up that fantasy of being Blanca after all this time. Maybe not as swole as him necessarily, but still, it's a step in the right direction.
The Blanca build.
Okay, stop. All right. We all know, Noah, that you're just way cooler than all of us. Okay, stop rubbing it in.
As long as we know.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, great.
So,
great.
great. So there are also 3 finishers. You might have seen those sprinkled in through the gameplay. Lightning Kick, Spinning Bird, Hadouken.
What
can't do that.
are you
Hadouken?
doing over here, Dylan? Thank you.
Was
There it
my
is.
attempt worse than the joke, or?
Hadouken!
Significantly
We'll
better.
leave the comments.
Significantly better. Yeah.
And then we got some
Lightning
emotes
Kick,
that we can
yeah.
show off too, which are a pretty good time.
Yeah, let's see here. We'll see what we can see here. If gameplay's on screen, anyway.
There we go.
There we go. Yes. All right. So we've got some emotes to show off as well. Let's start with the group emote here.
This one's
I love
Time to
head,
fight.
man.
The health bars are so
the
good.
health bar.
And winner. God. And then we got a bonus round.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
Yeah. It's not exactly a Honda Civic, but it's just as much fun to go ahead and beat
I
up.
want to do a shout out to every Guardian in the tower. 1997 Honda Civic Adept. I see you. I love you.
It's an important role to play, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. This is going to be my new Trials intro. I can already tell.
Right.
Honestly.
Then we actually have a segue on screen already with the armor that has been adorned.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and just rotate over there. With the arrival as well of this act, the Dawning is going to be making its return as well on December 10th, I believe.
Let me check my notes. Yes, December 10th. Yeah, 10 a.m. right at reset. We'll have the Dawning coming back. The wonderful theme for our armor is going to be a celestial space dragon, which is really great. And then the team did a bunch of really good work on
so nice.
shader application. We've seen your feedback tons of times on, hey, I want my shaders to look pretty on all the armor that I'm getting.
Yeah.
This knocks it out of the park, especially with that celestial star map in the wings. So
Yeah.
each class is going to get their dragon on. It's going to be a great time. These armor sets you can get for silver or bright dust. So if you've been doing all your Pathfinders, shout out to the team on the Pathfinder changes in the last episode launch. Yeah, lots of bright dust, so you can get these armors pretty quick. And then Dawning, we're going to have your favorite cookie baking activities coming back, going around to all of your different vendors, giving them nice treats, giving some raisins to Eris, that kind of stuff.
Right.
There have been a couple of quality of life changes that I want to call out from the team. Here. Let's see. Dark Frosting. So it's not just going to be Stasis anymore. Both of your Darkness subclasses, Strand and Stasis, are going to make that easier. And then for every Guardian out there that's been saying, hey, this specific ingredient is not dropping for me, we're upping the drop rates for all those. So if you're using Void, trying to get that null taste or whatever,
and we are,
you'll start getting that a little bit more frequently.
I never had an issue.
Stop it. Okay. Don't
Well, yeah, you're the lucky one.
Yeah.
Built different.
Devloot.
Classic Taylor. Geez, yeah, the Devloot. Yeah.
Dawning Ingrams are coming back. We have Focusing. You can actually earn double perks as well. So if you're trying to get the new linear fusion rifle with some spicy rolls, it's going to be nice to earn a pathway to a couple in the columns. But if we could get a preview.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah. So Adaptive Burst, beautiful fusion rifle. There's already actually a pretty spicy roll on the screen right now. So on the left column, internally we call it Box Weaken.
Like box breathing.
What's the actual?
Withering Gaze.
Withering Gaze. So aim down sights for a bit, and then you
left
can.
column specifically.
Oh, sorry, left.
Nice.
You can weaken your targets, and then in the right column, bait and switch. So amp up your damage, weaken your target. That's actually going to be a pretty spicy roll. Vice Stinger 2 to get a bunch of your ammo back. But if you're actually worried about ammo, Envious Arsenal. It's one of the hottest perks of this season, or of this episode. Sorry, this act. Those are going to pair really well in this linear that's coming out.
Bait and switch has become the darling child of my heavy ammo slot, honestly. So I'm excited to see this. Also, I think we were talking earlier, after being such big fans of Stormcaller, seeing another adaptive burst linear fusion rifle on the map was pretty exciting, honestly.
Storm
Chaser. Thank you, Storm Chaser. My mistake.
Yeah, shout
That
out.
was a test.
Storm-themed content in that game, if you haven't noticed.
One of my buddies out in Midwest, he actually does some storm chasing as a hobby. So he's like, I need that gun. Love you,
I
Butane.
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and then outside of the new weapon, there are going to be a bunch of reprised weapons with new roles. So your fusion rifle, pulse rifle, glaive, sword, and the machine gun. Big shout out to Lego LaFlash. He's my go-to content creator for fusion rifle rolls and Glacioclasm. You may see it in the Crucible, may shake your fist at it a couple times, but there are going to be some more rolls.
After seeing you in that Bungie Foundation stream, just mopping the floor with people with fusions, I fully expect this to be added into your
Full-on
inventory
dad
as
logo,
possible.
man. Pulse rifle, fusion rifle, let's go.
Nothing wrong with it.
We can't be friends anymore.
I mean, on Glacioclasm, there's going to be Lone Wolf closing time. So push out that range, tighten up that cone. It's going to be great.
Stop it right now. You're
probably
giving
gonna
everyone
think
ideas,
about
Dylan.
it, but-
Okay?
Sorry, what was that?
It's tough enough to get to the lighthouse these days. You're giving everyone ideas, all right?
Yeah, I hope they come in and ruin my day. It makes for great clips. Yeah, and I mean, so strange coins are actually going to be added to the Dawning gifts as well.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
with Festival of the Lost, you could get the exotic class items with candy and that kind of stuff. With Dawning, you're going to get higher drop rate of those strange coins from giving out those gifts, and then you can go to Zur, you can get your exotic class items or the Zerf board actually too.
Oh, nice. So we can...
It's not necessarily a catch-up mechanic, but we know, hey, you might not be going into Strikes or Crucible and earning strange coins, so we're trying to spread the love a bit.
Nice.
So
we'll get what we deserve.
I keep setting you up for these, and then I
know.
regret.
No, thank you. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do you a solid. Set you up for one. We have one more cool little thing actually. There's a new fashion set that's being added to Act 2 as well. The players have been pretty excited about it. They may have caught wind of it, but can you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here, Dylan?
So, by the power of the moon, the team has done absolute beautiful work on some Doki Doki Destiny sets. We got your Warlock and your Titan there, showing off their fashion, pondering an orb, if you will. But yeah, I mean, this has been a set long time coming. We hope players enjoy throwing on some bows, some ribbons, and
Yeah.
just having a fun time in fashion. If you want to go super black and be gothic cutesy set, that's going to be...
It's a great time for that, honestly.
Yeah, right.
This is available through Silver.
This is going to be silver and bright dust.
And bright dust, okay.
Yeah, if you're going in doing your pathfinders, all that kind of stuff, yeah, it'll be available in Eververse for bright dust or silver.
Gonna be a good time.
Live your best fashion life.
Right.
Okay.
Fashion is the true end game.
Destiny is gonna be really dialing it
Let's
up.
see. Any other notes? Oh, I do want to give a shout out.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I mean, like at the top of the show, I was saying I'm an emissary of the team, but ultimately there are a ton of people that make cool content. Like we have Noah Taylor here right now, but big thank you to Mike Profeta, Joshua B, CJ Payne, Brad Fisher, Mercules,
Shout
and
out to
Michelle
Bungie.
on Test as well for working on a bunch of these sandbox changes, a bunch of these dawning
Looks
goodies.
good.
There are a ton of unsung heroes at Bungie, from IT to like the folks behind the stream and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a group effort, and I'm really excited for what's to come.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's nice. Let's make those thankless jobs ones that get a lot of thanks. Honestly, they deserve it for all
I have a
the
shout out also.
Okay,
I want to shout out
yeah,
Keenan.
I'm making a
for
video. Go
all
over
the-
there. Right now.
Everything you saw in Tomb of Elders and contest, every arena, he had made it himself, and it is beautiful as we've seen. So I want to shout out Keenan and Olivia. I already shouted her out earlier, but I'll just do it again.
Never hurts. Yeah. Taylor, anyone you got for you?
Yeah, Vivian on the scorn weapons and that origin perk. Matt Dowling for all his work on the release.
Yeah.
And then Danny for something we might talk about in a bit.
Interesting.
We'll get to that.
What an interesting little tease that is.
Yeah, I mean, teams are stronger than heroes is one of the Bungie pillars.
Yeah.
And it's like in the game, this is where you see it in full force because everything is made by so many hands.
Yeah. Honestly, that's something I always say is nothing ever happens here in a vacuum, right? Like it takes a lot of people to come together. This coalescence of technical and artistic skills, like really make a lot of cool stuff happen. So, we'll obviously make sure and give additional thanks at the end, but to our compatriots at Bungie that are here even now, working hard, continuing to build all of the next chapters of Destiny, thank you all so much. We appreciate it.
Do I have any other notes?
Do you have any other notes?
I think. Oh yeah, last thing. We've had a lot of players asking about Iron Banner.
oh, right. Thank you.
Yeah, November 26th. So the week after the act launches, we'll have Iron Banner coming back with a new armor set and a couple new weapons.
Oh,
that,
so the act
certain
doesn't
somebody might have
launch?
A couple
details
new
on.
weapons. Can you give us a tease? There was a sidearm. I remember we were
Yeah,
talking
I
about
need
it
it.
earlier. Yeah.
Stasis, rocket sidearm with chill clip. I think some people have already found that, but yeah,
That
that'll be
sucks.
available soon.
I just like all those words,
To
honestly. on
forever
their own.
sit in that slot.
Yeah, I cannot wait, honestly.
Mine is shooting
Archon
beautiful
Thunder,
together.
baby. Get your machine gun on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's been a while. Just even the look of that one, honestly, I'm smitten by. But
Yeah.
that nice classic solar
Reese
that machine
Walker.
gun is a lot of fun.
Yeah, but we'll have a ton of twids between now and end of December when we go dark. But we'll have a bunch of stuff on Iron Banner, Dawning, all the goodies in there. We have a bake-off event that's going to be going on in the game where you can earn some cosmetics and emblems.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we have a lot of good content in this act going through the end of the year.
Very nice. Excellent.
Nice.
We also, as is the case with these streams, we're getting near the end of our agenda here for today. But as is the case typically, we're going to leave you with just one more thing as well. Now, as a quick heads up, the launch of Act 3, is going to be on January 7th. So given that that's right after 2025 rolls around, many of us will be at home spending time with our families and loved ones, or if you're
So
like
we're
me,
going to show
sitting
you
around
right
just
now.
playing more Destiny. So as a result, we won't be actually having an Act 3 stream. So unmark those calendars for the stream, but make sure you log in that day because with the arrival of Act 3, shortly after the arrival or right when it launches, we'll defer that to a twit to make sure we get that date spot on. There's going to be a new exotic weapon quest arriving as well. And with it, a new exotic shotgun as well that we're going to actually take a look at here today. Now, the name of the quest we're not going to spoil for you because it has
Oh,
some
I've
story
seen this
implications.
already, I think.
But Taylor, I'd love to put you on the spot real quick. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here?
Yes, this is Slayer's Fang.
Slayer's
it's a
Fang.
pretty unique slug shotgun where it fires a single slug round that once it impacts a target or a surface like environment, the slug shatters in a bunch of secondary projectiles. And then once you get a kill, you get true sight for a short period of time, and then the shattered projectiles will beacon
Dang,
targets
gives you
that they
wall
hit, and they
hacks?
get a bit smarter with their tracking.
Very nice.
It's also got a pretty unique reload
Yeah.
for a
You
shotgun.
putting crystal in that?
Yeah, it's like a small void crystal. Like I think the theme is like the projectiles are like
Oh.
hitting surface and they shatter into bits.
We went down as a squad of 9. We're turned into void crystals and are now in an exotic weapon.
Hey, I mean, we turn
Turn everything
Hey,
and everyone
yeah.
into weapons around here. honestly.
Warlock
Guns or
skate.
bullets
Yeah.
or something.
A worm.
Oh, it ricochets
Well,
off the
that's
ground.
Yeah,
but-
Also fully reloads the gun with the reload.
I was gonna ask.
It's not shell by shell.
Yeah, was it the whole? So it's the whole magazine up front.
Fully
not
reloads
necessarily-
the gun. Dang.
I can already I'm already mentally trying to build this into as many loadouts as I possibly
Oh,
can.
yeah.
if I'm being
Your
honest.
Falcon.
Invisibility.
Very
loadout.
curious if no backup
Suicide
plans
loadout.
Titans might
Build.
happen.
Well, they will now. Jeez.
Yeah. Also benefits from the shotgun changes that happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, like reasonable range to use this.
Is
Yeah.
it craftable?
Yes, yeah. So like kind of the past couple quests we've done with this, like Choir 1, etc.
New
A
exotic
bunch of
mission,
things
let's
to
go.
do in the activity, intrinsic levels to unlock, and a handful of catalysts that have some interesting interactions with.
Please
other
don't make it too hard.
Very nice. All right, so the theory crafters in the audience are going to have plenty to sink their teeth into.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a few other maybe secret things to do.
Maybe secret things. All right, that's cool. Well, when
I like
they
maybe secrets.
maybe secrets are maybe cool.
I like
Things for you to find
Yeah,
out.
we'll wait for the
Buff
YouTubers to make their
hard
Pepe
light.
Sylvia wall of all the different secrets that exist in there at some point. But for now, that actually leads us to the end of our series of events. My page of notes has gone ahead and concluded. So today we actually had a quick chance to go ahead and dive in and take a look, at a little bit of what's to arrive with Act 2 of episode Revenant. Huge thanks to Noah for walking us through the Contest of Elders and the new
great.
Team of Elders. Much appreciated. Taylor, thank you a ton for walking us through some of the weapons that are going to be arriving, along with some other sandbox changes that are going to be going along. with it.
Absolutely, I love talking about this stuff.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a great time. It's been, even just before the stream, sitting in here, just going through it all, has been so much fun. So thank you all for joining us. And of course, to Dylan for kind of walking us through a little bit of what's to come, including the stuff with the Dawning, the Street Fighter 6 partnership, the Doki Doki set that is no jokey jokey. Thank you, Dylan. We appreciate you taking the time.
No worries.
Had to get one more in.
Good. I'm sorry.
Never
All right.
be free.
I'm excited to go home and get some hot dogs from Garden of Salvation that this man worked on. So deep sights. So
Tomato to hot dog. It's all right. It works out well.
What is going
It's we're all going mad in here. No. So thank you again to all you fine folks in the audience for joining us. To our fire team behind the scenes, obviously, Ashley, Justin, and Peyton, as always, for doing the heavy lifting. Thank you all so much for taking the time to join us. To the incredible crew here in-house that has the distinct challenge of trying to make me look good, thank you all so much. It's a joy to be a part of something like this. And then, of course, ultimately, from all of us in here to all of you out there, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate getting a chance to hang out with you and show off a little bit of what we've been working on. But in the meantime, make sure to go ahead and follow us at Destiny the Game on Twitter, Facebook, really your platform of choice. And otherwise, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
Have a good one. Peace. Yeah, pretty good live stream. We're getting new Dragon set in Dawning. We're getting new Street Fighter set. Prison of Elders reimagined with more areas. New exotic mission. Got this new emblem. Pretty good stream. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.